Okay, so this is maintaining the new low. So once I got these 2 points of interest after the maintaining the low, and this is what, guys, the bottom of the range. I tell you to look for buys and sells at the bottom of the range, right? So one question in the chat says, one question maybe out of this Zoom, but do retail strategies really work, or is it smart money concepts is just a way to trade? Okay, so retail, okay, no, let's start with smart money concepts. Smart money concepts is how the banks actually trade. Okay, it takes $1 billion to move 1 pip. Everyone on the Zoom puts in $500 million, will still not move the market. Okay, it's how the banks actually trade. It's how retailers, institutions move the market. Now, in order to move the market, they need to do certain things and certain schematics to collect more orders, right? So that's how the banks trade. Now, those trading patterns are Wyckoff schematics, okay? We'll see on tradingview.com as order blocks imbalance. The reason why I'm literally saying tradingview.com, again, I teach this to my team all the time. When we're sitting here, guys, and drawing these squares and rectangles, this is literally like using Microsoft Paint, okay? The banks aren't looking at TradingView, right? This is just something we use for us to mark up and identify price. Okay, so a lot of people, and I teach on my team, you need to have 3 different mindsets: TradingView mindset, the bank mindset, and then obviously your own mindset in terms of trading psychology. Okay, so I'm not just reading this candle, I'm saying who at Chase Bank is buying or selling at 71,600. Okay, so retail strategies. When people ask about retail strategies, do they work? Retail is pretty much the slang of Forex. Okay, the banks don't move the market in lines and butterfly patterns. Okay, when people use the term support resistance, it doesn't work because everywhere would be support resistance, right? But we obviously know that this resistance doesn't follow all the way through. This doesn't follow all the way through. But with schematics, Wyckoff schematics, they have a start, phase A, B, C, D, E, and a finish, right? That's why you see the market consolidates and expands in sections. So do retail strategies work? Technically they do. The market goes up and down. So if you want to call this a trend line, well then sell it. And if you want to call this a trend line, obviously if you buy, you'd make money. It just doesn't have the best risk to reward. Okay, so at the bottom of this range, just maintaining the new low. Technically, this would be a great point of interest. Why? Because it shouldn't go below here. So it's a great place to start looking for buys. This is an order block. This one already technically got filled. Order blocks do get retested sometimes, but this is just a order block and order block. Okay, so I did check this out on the smaller time frame, guys. But once I went to the smaller time frame, I lose my replay mode, and I don't want to scroll for millions of years right now on the 5-minute. Okay, so once I got my breaker structure in here, again, this is more visible in the 5-minute, 3-minute time frame. Then I have this pullback, again, entry near this order block, stop loss below the low, 3.9 stop loss, and go. Okay, so I don't know if this seems easy to you guys or it makes sense or if it's hard, but the main point of this, because right now I'm not talking about trading, I'm not showing you guys imbalance order blocks, I'm talking about time frames. And I just want you guys to understand that having a higher time frame bias doesn't mean you can't sell in a bullish market. It just means you need to get out on time, realistically. Okay? Because a lot of people I find are stretching themselves over trend. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you get out on time if you're counter trend trading. Okay, so then if you were to hold this, right? Because if this is our, let me delete this, right? If this is our new maintaining low, right? And this, it comes all the way down here, and this is our new high. Well, if we were to hold this and collect partials, leave it running, well, if we're still in this bullish environment, but then again, take profit would be here, because technically it should pass here, right? If we're still in a bullish environment. Let me just make higher time frames. Actually, fade a little bit more. Okay, cool. Okay, so you see how it works? Partials all the way up until here, take profit, smash. So this is why it's important to get out the trade. One, you can either get out here or you can get out here, because what? The market comes back down, guys, right? The market goes up and down. So again, sometimes people don't have a trend issue. They have a get out the trade issue or hold the trade issue, or their stop loss is way too big, where the stop loss is more related to the concept, right? Of like imbalance and order block, stop loss below the low and stuff like that. Okay. I'm reading the chat box. What is the meaning of range? Keep saying, what is bottom of a range? I think I know what it means, but I want to be sure. Okay, so range is, let me just use my replay. I'm trying to remember when I said the word range. I think I said range here when I said this is at the bottom and the bottom or top of the range. Okay, so if I'm on my screen right now like this, purposely zoomed in, I know that I just broke this last high, so I'm in bullish conditions. I know that whatever is going to go on here is going to give me a bullish scenario, right? Obviously, if I'm in real time, I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. I just know that this low needs to be higher than this one, and this one needs to be higher than this one, and this needs to be higher than this. So when I say range, once this starts dropping, so from here to here, this is my range. So whatever I do in here for a buy, I need to know that my stop loss needs to be below the range, the bottom of the range. Or I want to look for buys at the bottom of the range, right? Notice how this starts at a 50% retracement. I want to get low in this. Okay, this is my range that I'm working with. So if I'm going to sell, okay, if I'm here and for whatever reason, someone calls me and says sell, I know that my take profit shouldn't be anywhere all the way down here. But I know if I want to buy closer to the bottom of the range, especially in a pullback, right? So range is just your low to your high, your swing. The market goes like this. Like this is a range, this is a range, this is a range. So I don't know what you guys call that, lines. This is a range, this is a range, this is a range. What do you guys call that if you have another name for it? So this question, how do you know what's the bottom of the range? Well, in this particular scenario, because we broke this last high, well, this is the bottom of the range. Now, in terms of once we move up in this, guys, I'm going to start wrapping it up because this is going to end in a couple minutes. But I do hope you guys just have at least not even a new training of, you know, what's it called, top down, but understand it's not about being on a higher time frame or lower time frame. It's about when are you getting in, when are you getting out, what's the order flow, and order flow not being a trend line, being a structure scenario, structure line, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Okay. How do you know this bottom of the range? Well, in this particular scenario, we broke the last high, so this is the bottom of the range. It shouldn't go below here for sure. Okay. Now moving forward in real time, you're not going to know, right? So that's why you get a point of interest, whether it's an order block or whatever, and you come back and you enter off that point of interest. Okay, so you only need to know about the range if you have a point of interest down there, right? So if I see imbalance, right here, okay, so this was my range. Now this is a pullback range. And now realistically, I'm gonna get a break of a new high, or if anything, it should come a little bit higher, right? Because we're making like simple stepping stones. So if I try to buy here because it's imbalanced, well, I shouldn't try to buy in the middle of the range, in the middle of the consolidation, right? Down. Oops. Now it's gonna go up. And if anything, it's gonna go down, but it's gonna go down at least lower to a lower point in the range. It's not gonna just go down a little bit, right? So So we want to make sure that we're buying at the bottom of the range. So if we had all the scenario happen, we should be looking for order blocks in here, 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 and balance maybe in here, not here. Okay, so this takes practice. Okay, so it goes back to this area. Eventually, right? Again, this was an order block on smaller time frame. So that's what I mean by range. Give it time to go up, give it time to go down, and buy at the down and sell at the high. So that's the end of today's Zoom, guys. I know it probably seemed pretty quick. I just hope you guys got, again, the overall goal of the Zoom was to understand that we're not following trend when we do top-down analysis. We're looking for structure, and if we enter in it either way, can we collect partials at our TP, not before our TP, and if we should get out early or get out late, okay? And understanding what part of this scenario actually in, right? Don't just get on the charts and be like, well, I'm here, we're selling, buddy. Understanding where you are within the market flow, okay? So this will be uploaded, and I'll see you guys in the next one.